Oh, I'm sure things already. Oh, no. Let's see. I missed you 3 times. I know, that's what they said. She's a boy, no, I was just trying to work.
No.
Don't get the trunk or treat at 14 of the chair from 2000. And wants to be really do. Oh, that's shame. Yeah, because every other bank does it. She, Diane, her boss. It's still trying, so them need to go do.
Sweet, there you go.
Okay, I have 6 o'clock. We're gonna start this evening with a zoning hearing about section 5 and a couple other things. We've got 3 things we have to go over tonight. So the addition of, I'm sorry. Okay. We've got to call the meeting to order with roll call.
Mr. Seaman?
Here.
Mr. Chickalow?
Here.
Mr. Waldeck?
Here. Okay. Our first topic is the addition of text to clarify section 5, classification of uses. The second topic will be the addition of a new section to the Bristol zoning resolution, and that would be section 45, short-term rentals. The text addition to section 5 is classification of uses. Section 5 lists the permitted uses in a residential district. Included are single and two-family homes, accessory buildings, a definition of home occupation, temporary signs, real estate signs, roadside signs, and the additional text would be line 7, would be porches, decks, breezeways, pavilions, and gazebos. That is the addition to section 5. The addition of section 45, the short-term rental addition to zoning resolution. The purpose of this section 45 is to put into place a permitting procedure to identify short-term rental properties within Bristol. The application includes owner's name, address, contact information, type of structure. The section also includes a definition of a short-term rental and requirements to register. Registration deadline would be December 1st. The notification to the township of any information changes has to be within 10 days. That would be like an ownership change, something like that. Transfer of registration is prohibited. Registration form must be posted in the short-term rental, and the short-term rentals are permitted in all zoning districts. Safety inspections will be required. Maximum number of occupants will be required. Registration must be submitted to the zoning inspector. The fire department shall issue a certificate of annual safety inspection and certificate of rental resident registration. And that's just a quick overview of what we're talking about. So let's talk about the addition of section 5, the text. It's just a good idea to add these porches, decks, breezeways as a good description of what is in a residential district. Any thoughts on that?
Fine with that.
Okay.
Sounds
Any
good.
thoughts from the audience on that? Good, bad, ugly? Okay. Let's move on to the section 35 or section 45, short-term rentals. These are going to be put into place procedures so that the township knows where these short-term rentals are. And also it'll put in for procedures of safety regulations so that these people have fire extinguishers. They don't have too many people staying there. They have smoke and CO2 alarms placed into the rentals. And because they're going to be able to go right to the zoning inspector for registration, he'll be able to oversee all of that and make sure that those things are taken care of. Then it passes to the fire department. They'll do their safety inspection. Any idea?
What's the definition of a short-term rental
That would be
compared to What if I just say it's a rental?
Okay.
It's in our.
Steve, you had a question?
Yeah, what gives us the authority? Are these single family dwellings?
Single family and two fam. Well, I would assume that they're single family dwellings, but they'll be rented out.
Right there it is.
Okay, so here, let me just
Short-term
read,
rental.
we'll read the definition. Short-term rental or STR means any room or dwelling that is rented wholly or partly for a fee for 30 or fewer consecutive days by one or more persons other than the owner. The owner receives monetary compensation, whether such compensation is paid directly by the short-term rental guest or is collected and remitted to the permanent occupant or owner by a hosting platform. Short-term rental does not include a room in a hotel or motel.
So it's 30 days is what you're saying?
Or less.
Or less.
Days or
So
less.
they could go 31 days and save the rental.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah, this is.
So.
you should
so
do like 6
we
months
don't
or a
have the
year,
authority
anything
To
under
go
a
in a
year.
single family dwelling. Or even a duplex, without the owner's permission. So is this something that the owner is gonna sign an agreement with the township that they abide by that
well,
rule? Or
let's go back and see what the
is that,
registration.
you can't go more stringent than the fire code. The fire
Correct.
code says it has to be larger than a duplex before we can. They ask us if-
The application for a short-term rental they ask for all of the information of the owner, the primary address, emails, rental address, the local agent. It gives the short-term rental details, whether it's a room, a garage. Please, does this property hold a current registration, yes or no? Okay, so the applicant's signature and acknowledgement. I blank have read and understand the conditions, rules, and regulations for short-term rentals within Township of Bristol, Trumbull County, Ohio. I hereby swear that all information submitted in this application is accurate. I understand that I must post a copy of the issued STR certificate within the dwelling and on all advertisements or hosting platforms. That is the acknowledgement of the owner.
Where did that text come from? Where did that come, did the zoning board
Yeah, the
just come
zoning-
up with that
So
form?
they might, yes, I'm sure they did.
That's our
That's our form.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it just be to make it cleaner, short-term rental? We're talking about Airbnbs, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Short-term rental. Stay with short-term rentals. Don't use Airbnb because that's a trade name.
okay.
Well,
The same. that's
what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if it's trade name. If Ken wants to have an Airbnb, he needs to come to us and say, hey, this is gonna be an Airbnb. Then we say, here's cause it doesn't really have any teeth.
Well, mine's
If
not,
you're gonna be registered as
mine's
an
not gonna be an
Airbnb.
Airbnb, mine's gonna be a B&B bread and breakfast. So
Okay.
now I don't fit that. So
Right.
short-term rentals is the right terminology,
Okay.
hands down.
Can you go more than 30 days though? Can you do
But
like
I mean,
6
I
months or
don't-
less?
That's
Whatever
a-
you want.
30 days
Short-term
comes
rental,
from
that's
cost.
so it's a rental.
Right,
Legally.
that's up to
Yeah.
them guys to come
Yeah.
up with
That's what.
Yeah.
Eli goes on a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this inspection, is
Can't
it
do inspections.
per rental?
Yes, that's what it sounds like, yeah.
So if somebody rents this thing every week, I gotta go back and inspect this thing every
Oh,
week?
no, yearly. That's a
Oh.
yearly, yes.
Steve, I gave all that information to you long before we approved this thing, and I never got any feedback from you.
Sorry, I never read it, sorry.
If you guys want to kick it back to us, kick it back to us.
Okay,
That's fine.
okay. All right, if we're going to do that, though, we better have a reason and a solution to go with it. I would suggest that the signature and acknowledgement would include that they know that they are going to be inspected by the fire department.
Is that in the text of?
No,
No.
it's not.
That needs to be in there. If they
Okay.
give us approval, I can go into Kenny List House and inspect it if he gives me approval.
Right.
But I have to have that approval, and if that signature gives me the authorization to go in there, then I can certainly do that. And I don't mind doing it,
Okay.
but I need that. authorization.
If you have that authorization, you don't need their permission.
No,
Well,
that is their permission.
That's
They have
from
to
the
sign it.
building owner, so, yeah.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
their
they're agreeing
permission.
to it all, so you can do it anytime you want that.
Yeah, it does give me the authority to go in at any time. I mean, you guys, does it say annual inspection or does it?
Yes, annual, that's in the, over here, and requirements for an annual inspection.
I think it should be anytime. I think that needs to be taken out. Because what if he comes in and then, someone rents it once or twice and tears down the fire alarms or whatever. And maybe someone says, hey, we need to do another inspection. That says he can only come in once. I'm not saying he needs to be in there every month or every rental person or anything like that. But I mean, I think you don't want to tie his hands by saying he can only come in once a year.
Okay.
Minimum once a year?
On an as-needed basis. Something like
All
that.
right, so we have to ask the prosecutor whether or not we're allowed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, if the homeowner gives us permission, we're allowed to go in there anytime.
okay,
So.
all right. So we will get together, we will write that up before we send it back to the zoning board. Okay. Okay, all right. Any other comments?
How many of these do we have,
No, we don't, and that's what this is trying to rectify, so
Can I-
that we have a list.
If they're registered with Airbnb, do they still have to register with us?
Yes. Yes.
Right? Okay, so no matter who they're also registered, they still, no matter what, they have to register with you.
Correct.
Okay.
And the whole thing is enforcement. If I'm a homeowner and I want to do that, what says I have to go to the zoning commission anyway, or zoning inspector anyway? I can just do it and not tell anybody. So the enforcement is a big problem. It's a big problem, and that's why the state has not given townships the authority to regulate these short-term rental things, because the enforcement is impossible.
No, so that makes it sound like we're on thin ice a little bit.
Well, they haven't said we can do it, and they haven't said we can't do it. There are several townships that have done it, but, enforcement, and there are bigger townships that have a much bigger zoning office and people out there all the time.
Yes.
We're one person and, it's just,
How do you get it done?
Yeah.
Sure.
how do you inform the public that it's even in effect? Are you gonna do it on the website? You're gonna do it on the social media account? You're gonna put a sign out there saying we have to do it?
Mm-hmm.
That's something you guys are gonna have to decide.
Okay.
Do they pay?
Eric,
Interesting.
do you know
Yeah.
if these are,
Generally, they advertise on Airbnb, they advertise on
Mhm.
Facebook. The neighbors notice your cars coming and going.
Somebody's gonna tell.
Mr. List here had one next to his house, and all of a sudden, out of 3 weekends, 3 different families were in the house.
What's going on?
What's going on? There's gonna be a call to me. And then I'm gonna go to chief and we're gonna investigate. And they're going to be on one of the major sites usually if it is a true Airbnb or a VRBO.
are they labeled as such through the county auditor's website?
No.
No.
No, but they're still I believe, a for-profit business. You're operating a business out here.
That's true. Sure.
You have to protect the neighbors. I don't mean protect them, but I mean,
Sure, but I think
if there
it's-
was one in my neighborhood, I'd want to know.
Yeah.
The fire department wouldn't go in there, that there may not be somebody there. There may be people
Okay.
there. That's what I think the registry is about, safety.
Right. Safety.
Yeah.
We know of
Not
about,
until they're-
we know there's 3 in Bristol Township right now.
Okay.
At 3 different locations, Ken?
3 different locations.
Okay.
And then they're online. They're
That's how we
online.
found out, we determined that there are 3 locations in Bristol.
But
At the
they're
time we
registered.
did our research, there was 3. There could be more, there could be less now.
Yeah, okay.
The one that
Right.
caused all the initial stir on Miller South isn't out there anymore, isn't listed anyplace anymore. Or at least when we did our research, it was not listed as an Airbnb.
Trafficking.
How about Hudson?
Yeah, that one. Jesus God.
Okay.
That was bad.
Robin like that.
Any more comments? John? Okay. Thank you for your comments. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes?
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Have fun next year.
All right, give us a couple minutes. We'll get together and we'll start our regular meeting.
And you crack that. That's when you, I can just start. Like. A room in my house or something, I don't know.
Right.
Until register, it's gotta be.
Well, no, until like your zoning inspector said, if I see a different car at Ken's house all the time,
No.
it's coming and
Why
going.
are why
It's
are we
the
picking
issue.
on Ken?
Well, the issue is, it's only gonna be an
You're
issue.
pretty
when
busy,
there's an
Ken.
issue. So as long as Ken's buddy that's renting this room don't cause no issue to me 2 doors down, I'm not gonna bother Ken. But when Ken's buddy is playing the music at
What I want to know is who's registered as an actual Airbnb
Oh, I
or
can do that.
Verbo or whatever.
I can do that.
I know.
There's no zone, no.
I think the whole thing was with that thing that happened on, was it Miller South? With that,
Yes.
that was sketchy stuff going on. So it's best to let the community knows what's going on, because that was bad. That was scary for a lot of people.
Luckily, it just went away because it was.
Yeah.
Well, because well,
That's why I moved out here. Not scary for me, and it was right across the street.
yeah, but that girl that was running for her life was scared for her.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll call this meeting to order with roll call.
Mr. Seaman?
Here.
Mr. Chicolo?
Here.
Mr. Waldeck?
Here.
Would we please stand for a pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve our minutes from October 2nd.
Make the motion to approve the minutes from October 7th.
I'll second.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve our special meeting minutes from October 16th?
Motion to approve the minutes from October 16th.
Second.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Okay. We will start with our guests. So. Yeah. Yes. Anything you'd like to bring up tonight, or?
No, I'm just here to observe.
Okay, all right. And your name? I'm sorry.
Sharon Tola.
Okay. Sir?
Yeah, I'm from Warren Township. I'm with her.
Okay.
I went to a meeting last night where there was more of a candidate thing. I guess that's what I thought you guys were doing, but maybe it isn't
Oh,
not what you're doing really. Is it?
no.
We're just here for entertainment purposes.
Oh, okay. We'll try not to do that. Okay. All right. Gina?
Comment, I really think a good job was done at Sager Cemetery with the stones put around the flagpole
Oh,
with the individual flags. It really looks sharp. A lot of the bushes and things. I see there's still a little bit of cleanup to do, but
Yeah.
it's looking really good. Another comment, Bill and I were checking it out. You'd have to have a super long hose to be able to pressure wash that building. Bob actually said something to me out in the parking lot on the way in. He's like, we have a really long hose. So we were looking at this fall, but it may end up being spring. I don't know, Bob, but, because you know, you said one of you or a township worker would have to be there too. We both work day shift.
Okay.
Same time as you guys, or
Okay.
he does.
All right.
So we would be looking at a Saturday.
Okay.
So I don't know, you know, unless you want to come for free.
Yeah,
Doug, and,
which I do all the time. It's
Okay,
not- yeah, it's
so
not a
cool.
problem. Okay,
but you know,
yeah, okay,
but yes, we are still interested in doing that. Yeah, we would like to do that. Yes.
okay, great.
All right.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Just observe.
Okay.
Did you get any updates on the lamp posts? And also, before you finish that sentence, on the lamp post, I sent you a thing for the bars. Do we have any updates? Or am I supposed to find something?
No, we did.
Did you
Oh,
got
you
something
you
figured
got
out?
that info?
Okay,
Excellent. The
cool.
lights, were worked on today, right?
Yesterday.
Yesterday and today. Yeah, we've got 2 that are not on.
Yeah, they are all on, all but
Okay.
two.
Okay.
We replaced the bulb, which we didn't replace it on that one. It's one of them, and I did not have a piece of tape on the other one.
All right.
So now, I think we're still gonna have one out, but man, that'd be nice if they were all on.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I
So
was
we were
amazed.
able to find the bulb replacements? Because at
Uh-huh.
one time they said they
Yes.
couldn't find the replacements.
Not for the bulb. The bulbs are okay. It's the sockets and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the problem, but we're better off than what we thought we were.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Much better off.
thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Matt,
We gonna get the lights straightened out on the buildings out here, so they're all lit
Yeah.
up at the same time?
Yeah.
yeah, I talked to him
Timing.
today. He's supposed to be here at 7:30 this evening to go over them.
Okay. And then the next thing is, was there, I don't know if you do work orders or not, but that spot up there on Peck Leach Road that I brought up a month or so ago, where it washed out,
Yes,
gonna fix it or not?
thought we did that.
We did, we put gravel in all the holes and mowed where the pickup thing is on the pond.
No, right down the road from there, Bob, that road washed out when all that water was flooding down there. All our materials in that ditch. On the right-hand side. You haven't seen that where all the rocks are jagged and it's down to the base?
Okay, so we need to dig the ditch.
Well, no, drag all the material back out of the ditch and put it
Yeah.
back on the road.
Okay,
So what's
Before winter comes and we plow it and we start busting up the base.
Right.
It's all right. I mean, the ditch is full.
okay.
It washed it all out.
You know
Is
where
that-
he's talking about, Bob?
I know the area, but I didn't see.
Right past, when you go past that pond, Bob, you know where that lease road's on the left?
Mhm.
Right after that, if you look at that road, you can see all the big jagged rocks there. If you look in the ditch on the north side, that's where all that material's laying in there. It's actually road level.
All
Right
so
there.
that's an oil well on the right.
Yeah, on the left side,
Just
right
past-
past that
Okay.
one on the
Okay,
left.
I know. where
Yeah,
it's
you
at.
can see it right. I mean, as soon as you drive down through, you can see where the road's all.
Yeah, we'll take and see if there's enough in the. ditch
Catch
to
it now
do
before it
If not-
becomes a bigger
Yeah,
issue.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, get it right on. Thank you.
Yep.
Corey?
No, sir.
Mr. French? How are
Yes,
you?
I have something I'd like to bring up.
Sure, go right ahead.
Well, anybody that doesn't know me, I'm Roger French. I've lived here over 60 years now. I've been part of the fire department since 1963. As firefighter, EMT, and chief, now retired. I am proud of this department and personnel that respond. They do a good job, but it's no longer volunteer. It is part-time paid. If it is staffed by paid chief Steve Krager, one firefighter, Chuck Hudak, is a volunteer who has a business of his own that he has to take care of. Also, he goes out west during the winter and works out there. So that limits he's here when he's available.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. From there, we go to part-time firefighters, EMS, who have full-time jobs with other departments and come to us on their days off. I tell you this because I still have people ask me why our volunteers don't respond. My answer to them is, what volunteers? And then I explain the situation to them, that this is the way we have to go. And that's been now for how many years, Steve?
15.
Pretty close. Even narrow it down, not quite so bad, to 10, something like that at least, yeah. And they come to, and the part-timers then come to, these part paid, come to us from other fire departments where they have full-time jobs and they have 2 days off. Fire departments that work 1 day on and 2 days off. So they then go out and come to other departments and pay us and work as paid part-time people. Numerous times we've had, now lately, we've had not even anybody to respond because the chief has a hard time getting them. Let me see, they come from 5 to 10 miles away, which narrows down the time that they're here. And that's not fair to the residents as far as that's concerned. I know I have a lot of people, a lot of family in this town and a lot of good friends as well and good neighbors. And we're getting more young people. Just right next to me, a couple now has moved into a house and renovating it that their family lived there 60 years ago when I was here, and it's been vacant for how many years? But there's a young couple moving in there. There's a new couple just right down the street, man at least, that moved in right down the street. So we're getting people in the town. Almost all fire departments, volunteer fire departments in the area, all have used part-time responders. There's hardly any that can maintain themselves. Those volunteers, those part-timers that come in, it's all based upon how much they get. Well, at the present time, we're almost the bottom of the pit, if not the bottom of the pit, as far as having enough money to hire them. So where are they going to go? Sure, they're going to go where the money is. They're not going to come someplace for $17 an hour, and I'm not sure of the rate when they can get 20 somewhere else. That's for sure. We only, at times, we only have, and I think this, I'm getting with this fairly well. At times, we only have one part-timer working, and not two. And sometimes we don't have any. Some days there is no one in that station. The chief is always at home or somewhere near and goes out. But there again, you can't expect him to work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. He does a very good job of filling the days as best he can, but some days it doesn't work. There's just nobody out there to do it. Therefore, when we don't respond to mutual aid does, then we no longer get paid from the insurance companies either. So our revenue coming in from insurance companies makes the difference whether we transport or not. Not whether there's one person with them or not, but when the mutual aid comes in, they're medic, then the other, if we send one with them, doesn't make any difference. They're the ones that send it into the insurance company. So that means we're limited on the amount that even helps us out as far as insurance is concerned. Is that about true? Mm-hmm. Okay. In short, what we need to come down with, we need a levy. I'm sorry to say it. People are going to hate me when I walk out of here, but it's the truth. And the chief feels that 1 mil would suffice him to be able to bring this partially back. And that's hard to believe, but 1 mil, which I'll ask him in a minute to sort of give us a breakdown again on what a mill is worth and everything like that. But if he says it would bring him up to the point that he could start paying the same rates, at least above the bottom, to be able to get more people to come out here. So that's about what I have to say. And this town has always supported the fire department. Anytime we've gone for a levy, they've helped us. But right now, they aren't even informed. I don't think a lot of them even know yet that we do not have volunteer fire department anymore. And they don't know just what's behind it, why. But they do know they're not getting, when they come, they know they're getting strange people, which they're going to keep getting strange people. But they're going to get squads from Mecca, or if they can, for Champion, Rosetta, maybe even Cortland, if necessary. That's where they're going to get their squads from. And maybe they won't get any at all. And that's going to really hurt when they have a family member maybe pass away or something because nobody got to them. So it's time that we thought about it and really took it in. And I know that it's we're all of us pay enough taxes, but let's decide where and when, where our money should go to. And this is the levy that he would be proposing would probably be a limited one. It wouldn't be a continuing levy, but a levy for 1 year, 2 years, or something like that. So it's not gonna be something that's gonna hang over us for the next 10 years. Maybe we may have to come back later, he may have to come back later to do it, but right now, that's what he feels that would take care of all of that. And I know it's late to get it on to the November election, of course, that's just a couple weeks away. But this is the time to start, is now, to get the information out to the public and let the people know. I've got a lot of family here and I've got a lot of good friends. And I know there's a lot of young people here, a lot of young people that have young children. And we don't want them to move out of town. And if they know they aren't gonna get it, they're gonna move. We're gonna have more houses go up for sale. So now's the time to move, and I would just ask the trustees, it's up to you to do it. You have to start it. And I know you're gonna get the shaft too, because you're doing it. But we need to find out what the public says. Give them a chance. Put it on the ballot and let them decide whether they want a levy, whether they want a department that's here for them. Hopefully, at least 90% of the time, because sometimes you're out of town on another run, you still have to take mutual aid and things like that. But our residents deserve that, and that's what I'd like to see for our residents as well as my family. So now's the time to start, not next January or February, but start now, so we can get on the next ballot for a levy if we possibly can. So that's about it. So.
Thank you. Thanks.
Steve, would you explain to them what this is gonna mean to you, 1 mil, and more about how much it might come and what it's gonna do?
I could talk about 3 hours on this subject, and it would take about that long. What 1 mil brings in approximately how much?
No, I don't know that right now.
Oh, geez, we just passed a levy. What was it? Brings in 70,000 or something like that.
Yeah, that's gotta be close.
70,000, something like that.
It's $35 per 100.
Well, yeah, so.
The last
But
fire
anyway.
levy's creating 125,000 a year, correct?
It's half, right? Is it a half? I have to go pull my levies.
No, it's 1
Is it
mil.
one? Is it one?
Oh, it's 125? I thought it was lower than that. Anyway, irregardless, right now. Yeah, unfortunately, this process comes down to money. It's a wage war out there amongst the fire departments. We're all needing to staff part-time because, there's no volunteers, they're not attracted. We have, currently we have, Chuck is the only real true volunteer. But we have, 4 people who live in town that are certified fire and EMS. Everybody else that we use lives out of town. We have 2 cadets who are part of the department that currently go to TCTC, and they volunteer for us, but they can't fight fire or do much. They can just come up and learn. So the pool in Trumbull County and statewide and even nationally has reduced dramatically over the last 10, 15 years. People don't have time nor the desire to be a volunteer, certainly, firefighter or EMT. The amount of training that the state of Ohio has demanded and increased. But, when I started here in 1982, we didn't have heart monitors. We didn't have the drugs that we have on the squads now. We couldn't do the procedures that we do now. Now we can. Well, each one of those procedures requires training, continuous training, updated training. And it just made us more and more time to where the only folks that really do it anymore are people that do it as a career. So, and there I put it out every time, there's still room for volunteers. I mean, I'll take a volunteer any day. We'll train you, we're trying to work on a program. I mean, try to buy them a t-shirt and a hat or something, a pat on the back is about all we've ever gotten. Because it costs so much money. But we'll still take volunteers, because it's what it takes to get the job done. You know, 2 people sitting down at the fire station is great, but they still need help, you know? So I don't know, you know, I pay the same taxes that you guys pay, and, you know, I hate to pay more taxes, but in this whole debacle that's coming up with the with the income tax issue, you know, we have to look at that seriously. I you know, I have my opinions on that. I don't think it's going to come to fruition. I don't know. There are some additional bills now that are being introduced to eliminate the fire and police part of that and just make it so that the schools can't get property tax and that we can still collect. I don't know. I don't know what's going to end up on the ballot, if anything, or it may be status quo. But if it is status quo, our expenses are, I mean, we are tight. We are actually probably, yeah, I mean, if we didn't watch out really, really close, we would be underwater. And Nicole was on me like crazy. And, you know, my report tonight, well, the first thing people say is, well, what do you want to buy tonight? Well, it's not a wish list. It's a needed thing. But, I don't know, I don't know what the solution is. I mean, I hate to put a levy on, you know, we have a levy on for a fire truck, okay? And when that 5-year levy is up, it's a 5-year levy. When that 5-year levy is up, we don't have enough, it's not gonna make enough money for a fire truck. A fire truck is a $900,000 now. They just had the manufacturers in Congress over the last 2 weeks. And if you want some interesting TV, if you ever watch, I don't know what that channel is that plays Congress, C-SPAN, catch some of the testimony from the fire truck manufacturers trying to justify why the cost of fire trucks have tripled since COVID. And Congress is, I mean, they're adamant about trying to reduce the cost, but it's just like trying to get Chevy to reduce the cost of a car. I mean, they're not going to do it. They're just making profits, and it takes over 2 years to get a fire truck built up. It used to be within a year, it's 9-10 months. So they've got us hook, line, and sinker, and it's unfortunate. You know, we don't have the power to fight these people.
Hey, Chief, I saw on the news the last past month, it's been on and off on the news. And we used to have the big fire, what was it called? Big fair or something?
Fireman's
Fireman's Festival. And I know all the townships now, not just township cities now are starting to do that. And they're doing a 40 something for raffling online, that they're allowing the fire departments and the EMTs now to start raising money, because they have to go get raised money, because to go get on the ballot is going to be hard for them also. And it's, you know, we're not the only ones in this boat, of course. But whatever happened with that fireman's
They just
Nobody wanted to run it.
No volunteers.
No
I thought we
volunteers,
had
right.
a crew that was doing that, and they just
Take a share of
backed
it.
out.
90% of it was firemen and their families.
So to clarify that
Okay.
issue with that bill,
Do you know which one I'm talking about? It's like 4 or something for the raffle.
yeah,
online.
because they eliminated all the fire departments, and we didn't have an online raffle. Girard Fire Department did, a few in Trumbull County.
Mhm.
Some statewide make a lot of money.
Mhm.
They had to stop. So right now, it's illegal for fire departments to
They're trying to get
have
past that, yeah.
online gambling, whatever it is. It's online gambling, period. But they made thousands of dollars on it. We never did that. But, yeah, so they eliminated that. They took they took that revenue out. Some are trying to get it back. Don't know what's going to happen or not. So,
Steve,
I don't know.
many years ago, we consolidated levies and we dropped from 7 mills to 5 mills, correct? Are we still operating at 5 mils
It's
with,
5.5 or
5.5.
something like 5.5.
and the average fire department's around 8 mils to operate now?
Yes.
So realistically, we need 2.5.
Well, we're 5.5 plus the one additional, so it's actually 6.5 right now. Because it's 5.5, then we have that truck levy on, so.
Yeah, but that money's not even
The
really being
mistake
touched.
we made, and I'll put it on myself because I was one of the trustees at the time. That levy should have never been for a fire truck.
Right.
It should have been an operating levy, and I didn't know. I mean, I'm not making excuses, but I was, oh yeah, we need $1 million fire truck. My position, I would rather have a used fire truck or 2 used fire trucks, but somebody that could run it. We're worried about spending $1 million for a fire truck, and I don't want to blame firemen and policemen. If there's a Cadillac and a Volkswagen, by God, and all I could afford is Volkswagen, they don't care. I still want a Cadillac. Firemen and policemen, they want the biggest and the best, no matter what. And they keep going to the citizen and getting more money, putting more taxes on them. We don't need a $800,000 fire truck. We have one structure fire. We could use 5 ambulances, but we sure don't need, and I originally wanted to find out how many structure fires, when I first came on as a trustee, we didn't know how many structure fires we had. We probably average 1 or 2 a month. That's it. Everything is ambulance calls, EMTs or whatever. Like I said, we blew that. We blew that. We got that passed. It passed by three votes.
Right.
Now you put on a levy now, I don't think it's gonna pass.
I know, that's what I thought too.
3 votes that fire levy passed for the fire truck. And now, I don't know, it's a shame we're stuck that we gotta spend that money on a fire truck.
That's
No.
why I think that our people, if you explain to them, this is not fire trucks, this is their safety
I
and
know,
their health.
but
you know?
we had it.
But they already
Too
have a
bad
bad
we didn't,
taste
too
in their
bad we
mouth.
didn't.
That's right.
And I'll blame myself.
But the info did not get out,
One
and
of
it
3.
doesn't get out. People at this town, the info is not put out right. It's not, I don't know how to do it or do it better, but people do not understand when you put this out, just like this one. If you did it, it needs to be for EMS personnel only. So that we can get to your house and help you and not rely on Cortland, let's say the farthest one away, to get here in 45 minutes when you've got a family member dying or bleeding to death.
Yeah, and I want somebody there right away for that. And
That's
if
right.
there's a house that's on fire, I want somebody there to get those people out if there's somebody in it. I don't need to wait for $1 million fire truck to squirt water on it. Get those people out of the house. Let the house burn down as far as I'm concerned. If it's my house and it's my family.
The problem is you have to make sure that $1 million fire truck or the 220-plus-year-old fire trucks we have down there now make it to the fire.
Have they never not made it?
Well, we've had mechanical problems before.
Not, well, I'm sure.
But
You
we've
have a
had-
mechanical problem on a brand new
We've
truck.
never
Come
had
on.
2 trucks
Steve,
this old before.
Brand new
Oh,
trucks
absolutely.
break down.
The computer
Okay.
can go tomorrow, but that's the
Exactly.
point is, if you have good equipment, you stand a better chance of putting a fire out and getting people there to the scene to get the people out of the house and let it burn, whatever. That's why firemen and police like new equipment. When a police officer going down the road, if somebody's got a gun to your head and
That
their
ain't,
car
that
burning,
ain't why.
come on.
That's not.
But here's
So
the whole
no.
point, guys. You can have the
No.
best $1 billion fire truck in the world, don't matter. If you ain't got
And
nobody
nobody
running
running
it,
I
nobody
agree.
there.
I agree
That's
with that
the
too.
important thing.
But
That's what he's saying.
we
If the
don't want to
levy
buy
would
$1
be for
million
anything.
fire truck. I'm just telling you, the cost of a fire truck today is $1 million. If you went to buy a brand new one, we're not going to be able to buy a brand new truck in 5 years.
So what happens to that money?
That money, it's going to, we all have already used some of that money to repair the trucks we have. In my report tonight, the one truck needs new tires. He doesn't agree with it, but one of them has tread bear on it, and it's down to the indicators on the tire.
that's not safe to operate. The other truck has a valve that's stuck on it, and the repair guy has to come out and repair the valve. And it's a pretty important valve because it lets the water come from the tank to the pump. That's going to be several $100s. The older the trucks are, the more they cost. So just like your car, the more they cost to operate and fix. It's not a game. We can't play a game, but it's a challenge to say how old of a piece of equipment you can have, as opposed to what you need to get the job done.
Can I? We're gonna run it here until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Can we put this subject off to the side real quick?
But I think that's a good
It
idea.
is so
I mean,
damn
put
important.
it on the ballot. I won't be here,
Strong.
but put it on the ballot, and see what the people say. They either want it or they don't want it. We gotta get to that point.
That's all I'm
You either
asking.
want it or
you know.
you either
Right
want.
now, I'm not worrying about the truck, well, I should be, but I'm not worrying about the trucks either, because right now I feel, other than we've got one that's not working right, we don't have another one, but anyway, that's not, my point is, I'm only here for EMS, basically EMS, take fire out of it, but they're all firemen and EMS.
Yeah.
I'm looking for EMS to fill the squad,
Agree
the
with
two
that.
squads, and take care of people.
Yeah.
And I
Get a
really
fire
think
truck from
that I
somewhere else.
still think that the people, if they know and we get the information out to them that that's what it is, I really think they'll come back and they'll say, okay, as long as this 1 mil, or if you decide on 1.5 mils, because I know there's mills coming up, that whatever you decide on,
Let
as long- let them know what it is. Get the information
know.
out, write down information.
They
It
know
took
that.
me 3 days to try to write this and still isn't right. But get the information out, and we've got how many months? 6 months.
Yes.
We need to start now, not in February, to get information put together, and I know that's gonna be me, it's gonna be Steve, and I hope there's other people in here that will help us get the information and get it out. Put it in writing and pass it out. That this is a 1 mil levy for personnel to staff our squads. So that's what I wanna see.
All right.
And I
And
think
you
they'll
know-
come
and
around
you
again.
know
Am I right, Kenny? Do you think so?
I agree with Roger.
And you know that just because you have money to pay guys, that doesn't mean you're gonna get them.
True.
No, but
That's
we're gonna
another
gain
thing.
on it.
I've been in enough businesses to know, I know some people, it doesn't matter if you pay them $50 an hour or $20 an hour.
But you at least
Sometimes you get $20 an hour
Right.
person that's better than a 50, a lot of
But
times.
at least
That doesn't-
we need to
you
know
can
we're
try.
offering the rate to get them here if they're available. Because right now, we're so far down, probably what, $2 at least, Steve, above the average?
We really
Yeah,
gotta
we
move
gotta
on.
quit.
Yeah.
We gotta move on.
So
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
that's all I'm here for, and I knew I told you I'd take up some time when I called you, and I knew there'd be
You
people
didn't say that much
kicked off.
time.
Well, just about. I knew there'd be people that would walk out of
Yeah.
here and say, I'm not gonna vote for nothing. So that's the way I feel.
Okay. All right, Rhonda?
You said you're gonna be the least liked person. I may be the second least liked person because I moved back to Bristol because of the community. Okay, growing up in Farmington, I wanted the small town community. I have needed the fire and ambulance at my home. Okay, we've used them in our neighborhood. We have a very safe neighborhood. My question is, how much do we spend on the sheriff's department contract each year?
20, well, I'm not even gonna say 28, 29.
28.
Okay, so say $30,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Our community was safe before they were hired to do that at that $30,000. I would like to see that contract go away and that money put towards our safety services.
Okay.
Coming up.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's that time.
Right,
of year.
it is, and my ex-husband was a sheriff's department, and I understand contractually, all the sheriff's department has to do is serve warrants and protect the courthouses. They don't have to do all these other
Oh, no,
calls.
they're in charge of the whole Trumbull County.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're not
No,
obligated to
they're
be
not
on the roads
obligated
at all.
to do that.
Nope.
But
Well,
every
If
time,
you, what do you wait? Oh, never mind.
every time that they were needed at
Call them, they
911,
Yeah,
they
Bristol
call and come, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't see why
Well,
paying
because
an extra.
they're actually going up and down our streets now, and on my street alone,
Uh-huh.
before they got that contract,
Uh-huh.
our houses were broke into, our driveways were broken. They 900 feet up my driveway and stole stuff out of our truck. Now we haven't had any issues in the past couple years.
I still am a firm believer that I
And
would
we
rather
have
have
the
that money go towards
pedophile.
our fire and EMS.
Well, we all voted.
Yeah.
You have to just vote it in. Or off.
We vote on the sheriff's department?
No, we don't.
contract?
That's
No,
part of the
no.
We were
problem.
here that day. We
Yeah,
we had
yeah,
a big
you
meeting
will.
here,
You will.
and we
We
said
didn't
we
vote
wanted
on
to.
it those 3 years.
No, but we had a big meeting here. Don't you
And we
remember?
all got voted down.
Yeah.
We
Anything
all
else?
said yes.
No, that was.
$29,000.
Yeah.
It's my turn now.
You can't.
I agree with Roger. You know, we need money. I know, I don't know, it was a year or so ago, I tried to get the Fireman's Festival started back up.
Yes, sir.
And I had 2 people said, we'll take care of that, we'll do that. And we had a couple people said, we'll help. Well, those people crapped out.
They
got
took other
ran
jobs and their family. I just couldn't do it.
People don't
I
do
know
it
it's-
anymore.
Yeah.
So, yes, we do need to pay the firemen more. If you're gonna get more of them out there, if you pay them more.
Okay,
So I think the levy's probably a good idea.
okay. All right. Department reports. Mr. Mr. Paul.
It will be quick. Stone, thanks for the accolade on that. The new sign at Evergreen, the shrub removals, got that bottled water sign, that was nothing, I was just tired of looking at it.
Okay,
Put back all those shrubs at Sager. Ditch cleaning, hand them, and I know that we need to go further, we'll make a plan. I have cold patch coming up, that's gonna be next week, maybe the last warm week. I'll write down what's going on, pep leach also.
okay.
I gotta get started on roadside mowing, I gotta have to do the whole thing, but you all know about that. We got the grave ready for tomorrow, and then we have a full burial on Thursday, so we'll be ready. And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
On him,
Oh, so I'm sorry.
would you please oil the new, hydrants that you put in? Those are so hard. I took my own oil can and oiled them, and then it took me both hands to even get them open. They just need some oil, and I've oiled the one that I used. But I'm sure, and thank you for the new ones as far as that's concerned, but they just need some oil so they can be opened. I'm 86 and there's 90 years old stuff, and then they're trying to water things, so.
Okay, thank you. All right. Eric.
Bristol zoning report for September of 25. We have 5 new structures and a ditch culvert, pavilion at 1042 Halls Drive. New residential construction at 6192 Thompson Clark, a new agricultural barn at 103 Nurse East. The ditch culvert was at 6535 Quarry Hunt, and a new additional structural barn addition at 5422 Quarry Hunt. Also, there is a new residential garage at 1054 Bristol Champion Town Line.
Thank you. Mr. Weeks.
Oh, mine won't be as exciting as everything else. Next meeting is November 11th, 2025. We continued our discussion on shipping containers. We looked at ORC 519.21, which confers on the Township Zoning Commission certain powers, and we don't have other powers that are stated in there. We will continue our discussion on shipping containers at our next meeting. Section 39, though, I just want to remind everybody, if it's a true shipping container, it needs to go to the Zoning Board of Appeals before a permit can be issued, so. We had lengthy discussion on section 36, subsection 2, solar system energies. We talked at length about the concerns that were identified by the Trumbull County Planning Commission, and we came up with we're comfortable with the resolutions we came up on their concerns, and we will be hopefully talking about those and acting on those at our November 11th meeting. An interesting question came up about a fence that extended beyond the front corner of the house. The fence is on a mound. You know what a mound is? They build up the ground,
Right.
fence on it. So how do you measure that if the current zoning section says in section 39 or section 32, if the fence beyond the corner of the house can only be 4 feet?
Yeah.
And then it also states in there that at grade, that 4 feet is at grade. So what does that grade mean? Top of the mound or at the bottom of it? That was a hypothetical question. But,
Okay,
you
I was
know,
gonna say,
It, and I went to the ORC, and the ORC does not define what at grade means.
okay,
So we're gonna be getting an opinion from the prosecutor's office on that.
okay,
Just a reminder, we have one position on the zoning commission that ends on December 31st of this year. So we might have a couple other people going off that, no longer want to serve on there.
all right,
So just to be aware. And the zoning board of appeals has one term ending on December 31st, 2025 also. And you never did replace, Gordon. You know, so
George,
that
right.
position's always been open, so you could be down 2 people at the end of the year on the zoning.
on
board
those
of appeals.
Board of Appeals, okay, all right.
And you're down, well,
2 now, yeah.
yeah,
On the regular
you could be
board.
down 2 at the end of the year on the zoning commission too.
Okay,
End of my report.
thank you. All right, Chief, please.
Squad's back, the work to repair was done, this team. So you can get a second quote on some lettering for it. Spoke to Trustee Chopko from Mecca about the medic contract that we submitted for, and they're going with another company, another department. The tires on engine 17. Front tires, the steer tires are on down to the indicator on the right side. The tires are 1713, which is 12 years old, and the rears are 8 years old. So I submitted originally in February to have those repaired or replaced this year. So see if we can do that. There was a state of Ohio grant that was announced this week for the fire departments, and it was pretty positive till you read the requirements, and Trumbull County does not qualify to apply for it. You had to have a population of less than 50,000. Trumbull County's population is 200 and some thousand, so we're not even close. There's like $8 million available. Yeah, we're doing good. And we're gonna be helping out with trick or treat at the school and trunk or treat in the park, so.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. You've got 2 young people in training right now, correct? In EMS or paramedic training?
EMT.
EMT training, okay. And we've got one of those is asked to get into fire training in January. Okay, so we'll talk about that at our
Yeah.
next meeting also.
The other one already has fire training, so.
Okay, good. Let's see, what else? All right, we'll go on from there. Okay, over to my right. The new person at the desk is Olivia Pierce. She was hired as our new fiscal officer. She's hired part-time until the end of the month. And then on November 1st, she can take over for Nicole. And then serve the remaining portion of her term. 2 years? 2 years, okay. Thank you.
Doug,
Thank you. And thank you, Nicole.
will Nicole be able to assist and help for a time period to blend?
You're such a thank you. I'll cut it up, it'll be in there. You're such a sweetie.
Nicole, will you be legally allowed to assist and help for a while?
Yes.
I did get a
Good.
prosecutor, I went ahead and got a prosecutor's opinion, and yes, I can
Good.
consult
Awesome.
to help.
Cool. Yeah, it's good too. Okay.
But of course, when she calls me, I'm gonna help her, of course. It's not gonna leave her hanging.
Just call unknown number.
Okay. All right. Got an update from Mike Wilson about scope. He is going to be here November 15th to start asking for volunteers and to sign up seniors. They're trying to have activities start in January for 3 days a week from 9 until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Actually, 2 days a week.
2 days.
We're gonna start off at 2 days a week. Well, because they only give us 13,000 to start.
Yes.
So we're gonna start off with 2 days a week. We wanna try to get people, we're actually gonna do it October 31st and November 15th.
Okay,
People sign in and say like, what activities you would like, what times that would sound good, so we get like a consensus. Then once we get it started, and if anybody would like to volunteer, like getting the coffee pot started, taking names, stuff like that, we can use all the volunteers we can.
okay,
They're gonna try to get the classes all set up, and we wanna start it in January. We'd like to get it started. So it's either gonna be like Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday, so that's what we've gotta figure out.
okay.
It'll never be on a Friday.
What days are you looking at?
Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
We're gonna try to figure out, like, what everybody seems to think is gonna work better.
9 to 3 is what they were talking.
They're talking 9 to 3, I'm sorry, chief. And again, that's when we're gonna ask it the thing, does 9 to 3 sound like a
Right,
good time, or
exactly.
are you better at 10 to whatever, but we don't wanna go too late because in case the hall's rented, even though it's during the week.
Robin,
Yes, ma'am.
you said Monday and Tuesday.
No, Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday, yeah, so because what we're gonna do is coordinate with, Champion. Ours and Champion will start at the same time, so if we do like Monday and Wednesday, do theirs Tuesday and Thursday, then the same people, like,
Okay,
we can run
right.
back and forth
Beautiful.
and kind
Good
of
idea.
coincide with each other and try to
Good
work
idea.
together.
Okay.
Is that all?
Any new business? Jeff?
No, sir.
Nope.
No, okay. Any old business, sir?
No.
No.
Okay. Under old business, I've got the Sabre Cemetery, Old Stone Chapel. That wall is starting to come down, starting to split. Had 3 contractors look at it. Only one of them gave a bid. And that bid is $4,200. It will last. It'll get through winter. It'll get through. But I think we need to look at it. So just your opinion, do it now or do it later?
I thought we said we were gonna do that later because we had to get that tree down.
Okay,
I was gonna say the same thing, do it
Okay.
later, maybe we'll get 3, maybe get
we'll
some
I'll
other
work on
bids.
more bids. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, let's talk about our zoning. I'm going to put forth a motion to, what's the word I need? Remand it back to you? Okay, remand all of those proposed resolutions back to the zoning board.
You just the one. The one was fine.
Section
Well, no, the
45.
application is
No, the text change.
text
The one
change.
was text change.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. That's right.
Yes, sorry, the one was text change.
Okay.
Just adding a section.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss me so much. This is what you have to do, keep him in line. You are so good preparing.
All right.
Okay, so we're just gonna remand, we go forth with your
Yeah.
motion to remand section,
Section
the other one you took. mine, so I-
45
45 back to the zoning commission.
and the application. Those 2 things, we'll give those back. We will send
And
those.
you'll
with-
write a letter saying
Yes, why?
specifically why.
Yes, sir. Why and some ideas of what
Sign
we
and
think
date.
about. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Second, your second?
Second,
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chickolo?
Yes.
Mr. Walden?
Yes.
Okay. I'll put forth a motion to accept the additional text to section 5, classifications of uses, porches, decks, breezeways, pavilions, and gazebos. Do I have a second?
second,
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chickolo?
Yes.
Mr. Walden?
Yes.
Thank you.
How quick does our zoning book get updated so it can get loaded to the website?
Eric?
The zoning book was completed today.
Okay.
I gave Ken the actual copy.
Okay.
I spoke with Doug, the zoning book will remain in its completion of December to 2024. Upon getting all the new resolutions that will come through this year, I will update it then again in January, so we will have a brand new zoning book to start the year 2026, complete through 2025.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
Okay. We need to talk about our meetings when they will be held in November. Of course, our first meeting is November 4th scheduled, and we can't do that night. We're having our elections. So I would suggest that we move our first
I'm
meeting
good.
to Wednesday, the 5th.
Thank you.
At 6 PM. And then have our second meeting in November on the 18th at 6 PM. Do I have a second for that motion?
Second?
The first one's on the,
It will be the 5th.
okay.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Then in December, our meetings need to also be changed. We're going to suggest that we go to the 2nd of December at 6 for our first meeting, and the second meeting will be on the 17th of December for our second meeting. Have a second?
Second?
And that second meeting will be the year-end
Yes.
meeting and the organizational
Organizational,
meeting.
yes.
Yes. Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
We need to update the credit card of the township. The person's name who is on it is no longer with us. And it's been suggested that my name as chairman be put onto it and also the fiscal officer. And we would like to run that through Farmers Bank. I'll put that in the form of a motion with a limit of $2,000.
Second?
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
And I do have a credit card too that I will make sure off before I leave,
Okay.
because I have one in my name.
Okay, thank you. Pass a motion to accept the resignation of Jeannie Gurich from our zoning commission. And we are looking for 2 new members.
Second?
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Okay. Some dates coming up. The next township meeting will be on the 18th, 6th. Trick or treat is the 31st from 5 to 7 o'clock in the evening. They're going to have a ceremony to reopen the bike trail with a ribbon cutting on October 28th at 2 p.m. And
Oh,
that's on the old,
Yeah, the next
okay.
meeting is the 5th. I wrote that wrong. You said the
Yes,
18th.
I did.
The 5th, the next
The
meeting.
5th.
Yeah, November 5th is the next meeting. That was
Right.
my fault. I made a mistake. I'm allowed, it's my.
2 p.m.
Do you want me to read this? No, we're okay.
The ribbon cutting is at,
The trestle,
at,
the trestle that was just repaired.
yeah, but what road's it on?
It's gonna be on, Mahan Denman, and turn right. It is Mahan Denman, isn't it?
Is it gonna be You're probably gonna park on Hyde Oakfield, don't you think?
Yeah, park on Hyde Oak.
It's the Hyde Oakfield one, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's
Where there's no parking. They said to try to carpool as much as you could, so
Okay.
that we don't have a whole bunch of cars
okay.
that we, yeah, if
Gina
there's.
lives right there. We can use her driveway.
Right.
Party at Gina's.
Hey, hey. I like the first. Anybody need a dog?
Anything else to be brought up?
Pay the bills.
Have a motion to pay the bills. Do I have a second?
Second?
You sat on there many
Mr.
nights.
Seaman?
Yes.
Looks like a big
Yeah.
fire
Mr.
concert.
Waldeck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a motion, I'll put forth a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second?
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Thank you so